like I'm going to have to wing it. My mother said a lot of things to me in my life, and most of it made sense. And she got along with everybody but her own son, me. And it was no fault of her own, it was whatever it was. I lived a long, hard, stupid, idiotic life. Damn near 40 years old before I realized how fortunate and graced I was to have the mother that I had. Well, everybody here that doesn't know me, I'm Kalloch, Mercia's only son. And everybody here that does know me, don't worry, they got a time limit on me. I'd like to start with some unique, obscure analogy. Does everybody know what Kleenex, Band-Aid, Jello, and Mercia have in common? Band-Aid is a brand name, but everybody sees, it doesn't matter what brand you see, you still call it a Band-Aid. Jello is a brand name. It doesn't matter who made the gelatin, they still call it Jello. Kleenex is a brand name, and it doesn't matter what brand it is, you still call it Kleenex. Faith and love are brand names, and it doesn't matter where it's coming from, you still call it Mercia. My mother said a lot of things to me. One thing she said to me that took me a long time to realize and understand is when my sisters and I, my mother lived without our father in Los Angeles in the 60s. We were as poor can be. I'm talking hash browns for breakfast, potato soup for lunch, and French fries for dinner on Thanksgiving Day. The simple commodities in life. We had no television. We had no radio. We had no car. And I always used to, I wanted Levi's. I wanted blue jeans. But I always ended up with a $1.80 pair of polyester pants for my school pants because my mother couldn't afford $4.50, $4.95 for real Levi's. And I used to always say, Mother, I want. And she would say, you have to do what you have to do before you do what you want to do. And okay. Took a long time for that to sink in. It still hasn't quite, gotten all the way from my big toe to my temple, but it's working on it. When I was 14 years old, I came back to Alaska. I rode a 10-speed bike from Fairbanks to Manly. Took me a little under 3 days. And right before I left Fairbanks on like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, third week of July, 1971, the last person I talked to in Fairbanks was an older gentleman from Texas. His name was Walter Tex Blair. And those of you who are related to him and who did know him, we're not even going to start going down his road of all the things he said and done. But one thing he did do was talk to me and didn't try to discourage me. Everybody else said, you're nuts. The last thing before I got on my bike and left his house that morning, he said to me was, man, you are a sort of a sawed-off little but one of these days, you might end up being tough as your dad. Boy, he was tough. But you'll never be as strong as your mother. Oh, okay, sure. Like I'm supposed to know, strong isn't all this. Strong is here. This is strong. And I didn't get it then, but after a while I got it. My mother used to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, walk a little over 1.5 miles, get on a bus, ride it for 45 minutes, get off the bus, walk for 3 blocks, change bedpans and scrub floors for 9 hours. Get back on the bus, get off the bus and walk home. For several years on end. Why? Because she had faith and she had love. And if it wasn't for her love, she wouldn't have done that, even for her own offspring. Because real love is something that you have to find within yourself and understand. People can bribe you, beat you, brainwash you. It doesn't matter. You don't get it. You're not going to. And everywhere my mother went, when I was younger, a teenager, while I was growing up, I couldn't wait. Get out on my own. Run away from my mother, run away from my family, run away. I did finally, but then I realized years later I wasn't running away from anything but myself. And it's hard for some people sometimes to express their love, show their love, say I love you, understand love. But there are some people in this room today that in their own unique way showed my mother how much they loved them. And that person that I'm about to talk to is going to get mad at me and punch me in the eye after church, but my mother's house burned down several years ago. Completely, totally down to ash. And my brother-in-law, David Evans, spent 2 days with a tea sifter, sifting through the ash. And he finally found this little blob of gold about this big, because that was her wedding ring that sat next to her bedside. This was after my father had passed. And every night she would take it off and she would set it next to her bed. And then when her house burned down to nothing, to a hole in the ground full of ash, my brother-in-law, David, said, I love you. The only way he knows how. He can't say it out loud. Big little kids, but that was because he understood and realized how much my mother not only loved him, but loved all of God's creatures and creation. All humans, all plants, all bugs, all everything. When we were little kids, we used to, when it's really cold out, we'd catch flies in the house. We'd go to the front door, open the door real quick, let the fly go, and he'd get like from here to those flowers, maybe even not that far. Freeze instantly and blam, hit the ground, right? And we'd run out there, pick him up, and him, her, whatever, get him back in the house, thaw it out, and the game was to see who could get the furthest flight out of a fly. Now, it wasn't like we had a house full of flies or anything. Every now and then, one would thaw out through the firewood or something. And my mother caught me doing that. And she got very upset. Why did she get upset? Because of her love. Her love for God and all God's creation. And she told me, that might be fun, but how'd you like somebody pulling your ears off and bending your arms and splitting your wide open? You do not torment God's creatures, no matter how small, how big, or how endangered you may be. That is something that you just don't do. Is that my own obscure way of trying to explain what love, faith is really all about. Now here, just recently in the last last 10 or 12 years, I usually remember everything and know everything, just ask me, but my mother fell, broke her pelvic bone in 5 places, going into a local elementary school here for one of her grandchildren's recitals. And, you know, she was already in her 80s, that's pretty tough stuff, you know. And the whole of the school, the borough, they were all, oh no, can we settle out of court? Oh, what are you going to sue, you know? Being the age that we live in, it's expected, right? And believe you me, Ray Charles could have seen the lawsuit. But all my mother, she did sue the school. You know what she sued him for? She sued him for some grip strips to put on the piece of metal that she tripped on. She said, if you do that, I'll sign my life away to promise I will never take you to court for any damages or anything else. That's love. Love of all and everything. Now, 4 people since I got here today asked me if I was going to play my harmonica in church, and I wasn't planning to. But I'm getting an evil eye from a couple of them right now. So, I'm going to give you a short little something of nothing, and then clock's ticking. I hope everybody's got dust in their eyes already. I hope it's going to like bring up some more wind or something. This is an old standard, but I've changed the words a little bit. And I'm not going to sing the whole song, just a couple of verses. And once again, thank you. Thank you for coming to share your love and show your appreciation for my mother and our family. I see a lot of faces out there I know, and I see a lot of faces out there I've never seen before. And either or, thank you once again for understanding what love and faith really, really are. Even the guy in the back is trying to hide out.
For Scott. For Scott.
Pretty good, huh? I got a sweet, sweet little angel. I love the way she spreads her wings. Cause when she spreads her wings around me, I feel a joy. I feel a joy in everything. Now Mercia's gone to heaven, and with all her love she brings, they don't have to put a cape of wings upon her, because she's always had her wings. Well, there went the alarm. Thank you.